On the same land where the first organized slave church was built is the Huntsville Hospital. And directly under it are the graves of blacks dating all the way back to 1818. In 1818, the Old Georgia Cemetery or graveyard was established. And in 1820, the Huntsville African Baptist Church joined those graves. This graveyard was thought to be named after Georgia mostly because the assumption was that many of the slaves that came to this part of Alabama were from Savannah, Georgia. And despite the time period, the Huntsville African Baptist Church thrived. Even in 1833, when a law was passed that slaves could not gather together, in fear of an uprising. However, Huntsville African Baptist Church maintained its presence throughout Madison County, and was active all the way until it got burned down during the Civil War. In 1872, it was rebuilt in a different location, and it was renamed St. Bartley Primitive Baptist Church. In 1870, the Glenwood Cemetery would be established, and it initially began as another slave cemetery, but would eventually hold prominent black figures as time progressed. It allegedly took the place of the Georgia Graveyard or Cemetery, and historians say that some of the bodies were reinterred into the Glenwood Cemetery. What happened to the rest of the bodies is a mystery, and a mystery most likely means what you think it might. The Huntsville Hospital was built less than 20 years after this on the land that the Georgia Graveyard or Cemetery stood, and it's believed that the remainder of those bodies were never actually moved at all, and that these graves sit firmly up under its foundation. There's already been a precedent set in the United States that many historical black cemeteries have been lost under new developments, with little care or concern about their significance. And even when people go out of their way to cover this up, there will always be somebody to tell their stories.